Hello, everybody. I wanted to quickly talk about, in this episode, orders in our Shopify school store. So in the last episode, we talked about customers. Obviously, we created that order. When we go to orders, you can see a list of all the orders your store has. And what you can do is you can filter this by unfulfilled, which means you haven't shipped out your products yet. Unpaid, which means customer hasn't paid yet. Open and closed orders. And you can also create your own order, which we'll get into in a little bit, and export your existing orders into CSV, for example, Excel spreadsheets, that type of stuff. So if we see in this dashboard we have an order summary number, the date it was placed, customer, channel, total, other things such as payment status, fulfillment status, like we talked about here, which you can sort by, how many items, what type of delivery method there are. And there's different way to filter these orders through these buttons that you see here. I won't read through all of these, but you can take a look for yourself. Basically, what Shopify does, it gives you a lot of option to customize your data. You can see columns, sort by. So right now, as you can see, our fulfillment status is unfulfilled. So if you go here, this order will still be here, and you'll see which filters you have. When we see an order first, and we think about a store, some of the key things that come to mind are if you fulfilled it or not, whether they've paid or not, and where you're going to send this package to. So this is basic stuff that Shopify is going to display to you on this first page. You can see the fulfillment status of your order. So you can create shipping labels for this order through Shopify's shipping service, which will automatically calculate things for you. Right now, we haven't added that to our store, so you see their errors because our store is still a test order, as you see. You can fulfill the items by clicking this button manually, adding tracking information, addresses. And once you have that done, you can see the payment status of this order. So you can see how much you charge them, how much you charge them for shipping, how much the tax was, and the total paid by the customer. If they haven't paid by a customer, if the customer hasn't paid for this order, you'll see buttons such as send invoice, for example, or you can mark it as paid if they've given you cash through POS, which we'll talk about in a separate episode, or through another means that Shopify doesn't not track it for you. You can also see the customer information that we got into in the last episode, some very basic details there. And with the customers as well, you can also see a timeline of how this order was placed. So for example, they placed this order on the online store. You can see that they paid, see that they sent an email confirmation. You can add comments here as well, like the customers. And it'll even tell you if this order has been flagged or if you've canceled the order, if you edited it in any way. But the neat thing here about Shopify orders is over here to the right, the conversion summary. So I think this is really neat little thing that Shopify does, because if you're thinking about business standpoint of your store, you want to see how you can get more sales. And one way you do this is through Shopify's conversion summary. So you can see this customers, how many orders they've placed, how they've gone to your store, either through your marketing, through website directly, or if they click the link from someone. You can see how many sessions they have over how many days. So if this session rate over days is very high, you can see they're very interested in the product. If it's low, then they might be just stopping once or twice occasionally. You even click more to see this here. As you can see, it tells you that this session was directly to your store. And also, fraud analysis is available. If I scroll to get the camera out of the way, you can see that since our order was a test order, meaning it's a fake card number, was no real transaction, address could be fake, it's going to tell you these things aren't available right now. But normally, if it's a legitimate buyer, the fraud analysis will give you greens and this order will go through. If it's possibly detected for fraud by Shopify, the order won't go through, and it'll let you know here. You can also create tags for your order, as we said, with the customers as well. So these are for the orders that are paid and placed by the customer on their end.